Alright, what is up YouTube? So I made this cool little app today. It was just something that I just threw together for just in the morning. I was just trying to get back into making React. I'd made this one with Vite plus React plus TypeScript. Vite's a game changer, to be honest with you. I heard about this a little bit ago, just following just some React stuff on the internet. I don't know, if you're programming, make sure you get in the spaces and just start reading along, just to see what people are saying about coding and what the industry standard is, because it does not matter what someone does. I mean, all right, so sometimes it's just like, okay, this is what I say, this is what I say. I don't think it matters. Okay, so we have to do something, but other people have best practices. So I guess that's what a team leader does. A team lead is supposed to come in and say, hey, this is what we figured out. Can you make the decision? And like that's usually what it comes down to is like I don't know. I mean, it's just some crazy stuff. I don't know. And I need to also understand different things. So I don't know. That's just industry stuff. I'm kind of like zoning out. Yeah, I am high in it. So basically, we have this app.tsx, and we're using Tailwind. So you have to get Tailwind set up in your project. You have to kind of set these like variables inside of like I don't know. You gotta go into this and like put in the index HTML. You have to import it with a link, and then like you have to do some stuff with Tailwind. But you know, ChatGPT will tell you that. But I mean, yeah, just pay attention to what people are saying, because like I don't know, these CSS libraries, that's like expected for front end. They don't do vanilla design from a wireframe. They use the Tailwind, and it's like, what design do you want? And it's just like, okay, I'll make it. And like I don't know, like some places they have like designers and stuff like that and whatnot, and it's like it kind of like slows down the development, or like I don't know, it doesn't really like slow down the development. It's just like I don't know. I mean, I guess it's like, I don't know, if you have a really good designer, they're just being like, okay, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I want, because it all basically comes down to me anyways. It's just something you don't get rid of, because it's like, okay, I know design, I know blah blah blah, I know how to, like, I don't know, they could be the CSS person and whatnot, but it's just like I don't know. So this is what I made. I mean, it's just like, you know, you click on this and like you get these articles and stuff like this, and I got this footer. I didn't really work on that. That's kind of what probably the next video on is going to be, like building the articles out. And then this is like a card thing, so I want this to be like a newspaper. And then it's just like it kind of like takes up the page, and then like I don't know, it has like 3 pages, or like a newspaper or a magazine. I don't know, I think I could get that. And like I don't know, I could just like I think it would just be a nice thing to do. I don't know. I'm probably gonna change this up a little bit, make it more artistic, and just kind of seize the day, I guess. But that's just kind of what I've been thinking about. I mean, yeah. So I mean, I can show the code off a little bit. So I mean, it's just like getting that Tailwind. And then like you gotta set up your router. That's just something you gotta do, and like that's just from React Router DOM. So I'm gonna put like the names of the libraries that you need to know, and like that's just like the basic stuff. Like it's like understanding. So like right now we have understanding that our project is created with Vite. We're gonna be using Tailwind CSS, which comes with the class names for a lot of components to make the items pop better and just kind of do spacing. And then I mean, the main difference that I'm really seeing is like I'm used to React Native. I've been coding in React Native for 2 years, and it's like I've been doing both React and React Native technically. So when I say, oh, I've been working on React Native, I've also been working on React. So it's like I've had 2 projects going back and forth, building React and React Native. So it's kind of like, yes, I still have the React experience. If you have React experience, you have React Native experience, and back and vice versa. It's just a little tiny bit different on the display and stuff like that. React Native is a little bit tiny bit different because of the views and everything, the way it works. It all just kind of has to snap together. And like I don't know, it's a different vicious cycle of the CSS. All right, so like so if you're in high school, I think coding is for high schoolers, just because the math that you have to do doesn't come in until about 10th grade to know how to kind of like break things down in that problem solving to get it to the point where it's trained. And like that's kind of what a neural network does. It's taking certain brain synapses, and when you're growing up, you're able to connect these, and then you're able to say this to this, this to this, this to this, this to this. And so it's not necessarily that you like got dumber, it's just that you got stronger in certain areas, and then those synapses just kind of took over to make your brain more efficient. And so once you learn kind of how chemical equations are balanced, that's kind of what like adjusting CSS is like. It's like taking it and being like, okay, so which one is oxygen in this example? Which one is hydrogen? Which CSS is, which atom is hydrogen? And that's like the box. And then you have like the box model, and then it's like the other, what other kind of flavors are you putting in there for this type of thing? So like especially with like H1, H2, H5s and stuff like that, it's like how many H1s, H2, H5s, like that makes up the chemical component for the thing. And so it's kind of like, well, what goes on inside of this chemical component? It doesn't translate to that. It's literally just each React page is kind of like a chemical component for the CSS, and that will define what the CSS does. Okay, so how many of this, how many of this, how many of this? Okay, it ranges like this, and if you want to do that, the most general layout for this is your CSS looks like this for this page. That's kind of what ChatGPT has to do. So I mean, that's what I took advantage of when I was using ChatGPT. So I mean, it all started with making it. Well, okay, so it started with React newspaper layout, and I was just kind of like, okay, I want this. It's got to have a front page that does this, and it's got to have these 32 titles. And it gave me these 3 components inside of this. It just gave me 3 quick components, and then I had to import the tailwind and stuff like that. And then so how long is this going? Am I rambling? Should I speed this up? I mean, it's only 7 minutes. This is just kind of like a live stream. I'm just vibing. Like this isn't like if I'm taking time to write something out, I make a video unless like I'm opening Pokemon cards. But I mean, I just wanted to show off like this cool project I made. I mean, it's like it's got this clickable, so it all goes into app, and then like you go to the home page, and in the home page it goes down. I made this banner component. The banner is just this. Getting that styling and stuff like that is what I had to work on, especially for the stock quotes below it. But that's just kind of working with the divs and stuff like that. So I had this clickable parent, and then I put it in a div, and the clickable grid parent is in a grid, and then stock trending is, okay, my API key got exposed, so I don't really care. You can just generate one for free. I'm just going to go press the button after this video, and then it's not going to be valid. And so I have these lists of stock symbols. I got this from just kind of working with this stock monitor. I went to like Yahoo Finance and just wrote down 76 just stock names, and it was just like, okay, give me all these symbols, and I was like, I don't know, I'm gonna make it like a big thing. I got these like 9 sectors down here. I've had this for a while and I haven't done anything with it. I don't know, so I just started with information technology and was like, okay, semiconductors, and then the next one will be like, I don't know, it's IT service companies, and then see, well, when they what do they do when this does, and then like your AI can say, well, then they hire these people, go into the LinkedIn data, find that, and then from the LinkedIn data, you go to the socials, see if there's a Twitter, what events are they going to, what products do they buy when they're buying this product, who follows, who's the leaders, who's the followers, blah, 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 right? Big game that you get to play now with a lot of stuff. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. That you could do this before if you just stalk someone. So like, I mean, this just has lowered the chances of someone stalking. Like, you can just check them out online. Like, the stuff that you're gonna need to find out about someone, if like you're sus about them, just go online instead of having to play games. That's why no one talks. You don't talk anymore just to like worry about, I don't know, just to like fucking invade someone's business or something because you're a weirdo. I don't know, you know, you don't play, like, there's no more, I think, like, the Killings in You kind of ended because of that, but, I don't know, I'm going to change the name of this because I just kind of, like, ruined my entire, like, goodwill for this company, so, I mean, it's going to be under something else, but I'm trying to make this newspaper, and, like, I don't know, it's got this stock trending one, and I don't know. You're gonna have to know this type of stuff when working with the financials API if you want to work in any type of business. If you know if you want to work at like any type of finance or something like that, like doing any, even if you don't, like work as a finance person, like if you want to work at any big bank at all in finance, you have to know how to use this API. If you are a college graduate, you need to in anything business really, you need to open it up and use this API because it breaks down the data for you. And if you don't know this basic data on how to understand a stock chart and understand symbols, and then maybe like I don't know, just understanding like what gets like, I don't know, you need to be able to use this API. I don't know, it's just you're gonna use it eventually, and like I mean, the longer you know what's available, the more you know what's possible. So you're not saying dumb shit with AI and being like, okay, I'm gonna take the stock data and then that's it. This is a source in the grand scheme of things. This entire little thing. It's just if I want to play with the data to get a better understanding of it and get hands on with it. It's basically like taking pen to paper these days. But it's like taking pen to paper for like in a lecture. This is taking pen and paper if you want to do stocks. You use a computer and you analyze the stock market. The computer's been out since 1920. Then we had the market crash because someone figured out a trend and was able to do some trading and stuff like that at the time. And they fucked it all up. So that's kind of how things are working, and they're doing other stuff with that. So, I mean, I'm getting into something, news and stocks. That's what I'm interested in right now. I don't know if I'm releasing this, but so it just basically just displays the symbol, current price, open price, high price, low price, change in dollars, change in percent. And, I mean, it just kind of, you know, it has this data structure, the stock data. Well, I don't know. It's literally just COHL and D and DP. So like DP being change percent. So I mean like a DP in Drake's bar actually means like stock.dp. I don't know. I'm gonna go put that on Rap Genius right now. I don't know. Can I even like? I don't even think I can comment on it. Can I make a suggestion? I don't wanna. I'm gonna put that in the Drake bar, but like I don't know. That's kind of another special line. FinHub. I'm using the FinHub API, so that's cool. What does that even mean? Oh, that's delta, and that's delta percent. Because change is delta, that's a triangle in math. So like a percent triangle, DP, flip it around, flip it back and forth. He's gonna give him a Jew. Dude, there's more, just more and more, man. I don't know, that's crazy. But yeah, and then like I mean the banner, it's just like I don't know, it's just this banner style and title style, and I got ChatGPT to eventually spit this out for me, but I mean just running through and like trying to do the same exact one and going back if like it's not working, like this is a good exercise if you want to just do that, and then like I don't know, I mean, and then I have this, and then inside of this is like this card, the card. I had to import it because I asked them, the prompt was due in 3 components, and then they were like, okay, there's this other stuff too. And so I don't know, class names, I don't have this utils. It's something else I probably need to import, but I didn't really use it, so I was going through, and I don't know, that's probably for like maybe Tailwind or something, or I don't know, I didn't know what that was for, so I went through and I kind of had to do everything myself. And so it's in this clickable grid parent, then you have the clickable grid item. That's in the click grid. So I mean, this is just click grid. This is everything you got. Article, modal content, and then it's like article. We have the article main. I didn't use this article modal content because I'm not gonna make it a modal. Modals are lame. I'd rather click and go back and forth. I don't want to close out of a modal. Why would you have less space? I don't really like modals at all. I mean, they're wonky. I don't know. They need to have the controls set for it more. I think like think like modals are what you're gonna end up controlling with your eyes. That's kind of what I think the grip is for. So like if you like press something, I don't know, like have a notch next to it, and if you roll it, then like I don't know, you can do a lot of things, man. It matters how Apple wants to go about it, but I mean we're eventually gonna have scanning with eyes. I mean I know it's possible. It's an angle, and so it's just like article ad. I'm not putting ads on it, but we got the article body, and then all this article is doing is passing. I mean, I have this. I asked ChatGPT can make like fake content for you. So like, I mean, I was doing where is it at? Homepage. I had it create this stuff and these stuff, and then like there's this placehold.co. I don't know. I found this cool website. I don't know, it makes placeholder images any size you need them to be, and it's like on the API. So boom, 600 by 400. Then you just change the URL and it goes in. Like I don't know. I bet it has a 601. Yeah, 601 by 400. You just type it in and then boom. You don't even need to export anything. Just here, I need to import this. Grab it from online. Awesome, right? And then we just kind of did something with the style. I don't know. It's just some crazy shit, dude. It's crazy shit. Like I mean, it's just some random stuff. I don't know. It's pretty basic. Width, max width, height, auto, overflow wise. You need to have some overflow, and then min height 1500. Min height 1500 is gonna make it so that like this it knows it has to do this, and I don't know, I was having something issues when ChatGPT made it. It centered everything, so then it was like, oh, I need it higher up. But if I want it to be higher up, I'm gonna add more stuff to the page anyway, so it's gonna be at least a page. So if you're just starting out, don't try to like center something right away. Is what I'm saying. Like put the content on the page first, and then do your layout. So that's kind of like the order of operations is like first you have to put the content on the page, and then you need to move it around. And then after you move it around, you need to get intricate on when you do the resizing of the page. It's all part of the tech process to me. First you got to make it work. You need to get it up and running, and then you can add stuff later on. And it's like, I don't know. I don't think that you should be wasting time and budget on getting everything before everything else is finished. Everything else needs to look perfect before you get into the intricate details. So I don't know, that's an interesting concept. Resizing pages and stuff like that. It's weird. I don't know. I'm thinking. What I don't really like coding that much because it's like I go back to start thinking about how it was bad, and like I don't know. And it's just like I don't like office politics. So like I go back to thinking about work problems. So I had to replace all my work problems with at home problems, where I'm in my happy place. And so I don't know. And then it's just like stuff like this. So I don't know. I tried to have it like an excerpt because I want something like like I want it to be this big, and then it'd be like breaking news, and then excerpt tech advances in 2025. These stock prices are the top of the day, and then it's like local hero saves the day, and then it's like climate change and its global impact. I don't know, some crazy stuff. I'm probably gonna have the cruncher like this flip into like the menu bar if you scroll over it. I think I'm gonna do that. That would be kind of cool. I'm gonna do that. And then I don't know. I had this article, and it's like article ad article, and then it's like in the header, and it just passes the author timestamp. And I use functional components because I guess functional components are like the new thing. Yeah, you gotta use functional components. Functional components are like the new thing. They don't like class components. They don't render good. That's what I just read up on. So I'm gonna be lying though. And then I mean, just a footer. I don't know. Just put some cool stuff there. Your Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. And then we have the article body, and then again the article ad. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep that because I don't know if I'm using that. But that's about it today. Let's put a song on. I don't know. This is. Here's my album.